Hi Archana, welcome. Hello Chandrakant. I hope you saw the message that you need to have writing pad and mirror for the activity during the session. So welcome to the workshop, Heal Your Life. This is hosted by Rekha Vagela, who is a founder of Rekha V Academy, myself, and I've been working with parents and children since more than a decade now. And before that, I have got around a works experience of corporate into training and development, where people development was one of my forte, where I understood behavioral science, psychology, and understanding the various dynamics of relationship, whether it's personal or professionals, the way it can help people. So in today's workshop, Heal Your Life, I'm going to invite Dr. Radha Chintala, who is an psychologist and an organizational development coach. She's also certified Heal Your Life workshop leader and NLP and many more certifications, which helps an individual to understand the different modalities about human behavior and how to work and enhance the relationship. She's been working with corporates more than a decade, also with institutes, management, colleges, schools, and different corporate organizations as per the need of their to develop students as well as professionals. So I invite Dr. Chintala to take over and enlighten us on more about Heal Your Life workshop. I know you've got privilege to meet Louise Hay personally, and you've got a lot of enriching experience with her. So we would love to hear and understand and explore them more. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rekha, for the lovely introduction. So, as you all know, I'm Dr. Radha, and yeah, we are going to understand how we can actually work on ourselves, how we can actually, heal ourselves, and we can heal every relationship. It could be with kids, it could be with parents, or it could be with husband, or it could be surroundings. Wherever we see, like if we wanted to heal relationship with employees, then yes, of course, we can just by healing ourselves, just by working on ourselves. So we're quickly going to understand that how we can work on ourselves, and this is based on Louis' philosophy, that how we can work with our thoughts and we can change our life. How exactly every individual is thinking, what exactly they think, and in a day how many times we actually get thought process. So it is according to psychology that we get almost about 80 to 90,000 thoughts in a day. And just imagine, in 80 to 90,000 thoughts, are they all positive? It's a question to you all. Are they all positive? Because you also have thought process and you're also thinking. So what kind of thoughts do you get?
No, we have mixed thoughts.
Yeah, mixed thoughts.
Positive as well as negative, depending on the situation, what we are facing in present situation. Where
okay, so is it like continuously you will
yeah, right.
if you take almost about like in a day, on a scale of 0 to 10, where do you scale yourself that you will get 90% time it is positive or 90% time it is negative? How do you scale yourself? Where do you see?
Uh, 80-90% positive, 10% around negative.
Okay. If that's the case, then it's lovely, to be very frank. Archana, can you answer?
Yeah, ma'am. I think it completely depends upon the situation. Okay. If I cannot handle that situation, obviously I'll get negative thoughts about it. Okay, this was not done as per my way. So I'll I will get negative thoughts from that particular situation. Okay, so I think it will be depending upon the situation, and also on a positive part, how you can handle that situation.
How you can handle that situation.
Yes, yes. So
Yes.
if I'll take it from a positive way, I'll obviously get a positive thoughts.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Right. Okay. People who have just joined. So my question was, in a day, how many thoughts which are positive and how many thoughts which are negative, if you take on a scale of 0 to 10, where do you see yourself that, okay, I get these many thoughts which are like this? Somebody said mixed, somebody said according to situation and how we handle the situation based on that. So Khushbu and Smita, unmute yourself and then you can, what kind of thoughts do you get usually?
Hi, this is Smita.
Hi.
So, I would definitely say mixed as it depends on the situation. But from last couple of, I would say, months, my situation has turned into something like my surroundings and everything. Mostly nowadays, everything is negative. Then thinking more into something positive, which makes you feel good. So, right now, currently, that is the spot where I'm standing.
Oh, okay.
So.
Khushbu, you have anything to share? Khushbu isn't here.
I want to
Let's
ask one question, ma'am, if you allow.
Yeah, I asked a question that in a day, how many times do you get a thought process which is either negative or positive? If you scale on a scale 0 to 10, where do you see yourself? You see yourself on a positive side, or do you see yourself mostly on a negative side?
Actually, ma'am, is it? Means I had given my feedback earlier, but again, the one more thought which came across is basically whether we genuinely are able to define that whether we are having that thoughts and whether we can scale ourselves in that particular whole day analysis. Unless and until we sit to analyze ourselves, it will be difficult for us to scale and know whether what is happening and what is whether it is negative or positive, because you never know what is happening. So I wonder whether genuinely where we can analyze that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for getting that. Yes, we can analyze that when we actually work on ourselves. When we are continuously doing a lot of work on ourselves, we understand that, okay, what kind of thoughts do I get in a day and what exactly is happening inside me? Because most of the time, what exactly happens is there is idle me, which I want to see myself, and there is original me, what exactly I am. So, what happens is my original me and my idle me is not matching, both are not matching. I always wanted to run behind this idle image which I have, that okay, I have to be like this, I have to do like this, I have to behave like this, I have to talk like this, I have to think like this, I have to sit like everything comes here like I have to, and we are running continuously for this idle image. And because we are running for this idle image, what exactly is happening is there is so much gap between the original image and the idle image, so much that we are just trying to chase continuously. And in this chase, just imagine, as I told you, we get 80 to 90,000 thoughts. It's not that easy. 80 to 90,000 thoughts in a day, just imagine. And according to psychology, we say very clearly that it is mostly negative thoughts, mostly negative thoughts. How has been, television has been introduced. If you see most of the channels, if you understand the language which is being used, all that things continuously have a lot of negative messages. That is how TV has come into the play. People started liking, I'll take example, serials. Why people get, addicted to serials? nothing is happening in their life exactly what is happening in the serial. Like maybe the husband died, or maybe the kid has met with an accident, whatever it could be. But this girl who is watching, or this woman who is watching, or maybe let's take a man who is watching. Now, what exactly happens when they are watching that? They slowly fall into the trap and slowly start getting emotional. Why they're getting tears? That means that is what is a catch. How much negative you show, that much you sit there. I'll tell you a small example of news channel. Why in a news channel they'll say that आगे देखिए क्या होता है. See, they give you certain hints like this. They open the door, and what happened next? Now, just imagine the person will be sitting whole one day. If the person is anxious, just imagine the person will be continuously thinking, "What exactly happened? What exactly happened? Oh, did she open the door? What happened? Did he, kill the person?" These are all things. Now, why I'm telling you all this, because everything is based on thoughts. As humans, we work mostly with thoughts. What we are doing, how we are behaving, what is happening. Most of the time, people keep telling me that it is because of the surroundings I'm behaving like this. But I say, no, it is not because of the surrounding. It's because of the internal things that you're going through. It is because your inner child that you're going through has what exactly that little child has gone through. Based on that, you exhibit your behaviors. Based on that, you start showing what exactly you're showing to the other person. You are speaking certain words, you're using. Why you're using? Because this is what you have captured from your mother, you're captured from your father, you're captured from your environment. This is called negative conditioning. And this question has been asked many a times, that my parents are really good, they always have spoken very positive. No parents be completely positive. I'm being very, very honest with this. No parents be completely positive. I have been with my mentors also, and I've noticed that some or the other way they also use some language which goes here and there, because we all are humans. First thing is, we all are humans. We all go through some emotions, and when we are going through that emotions, then there are certain things that definitely would come up. One point definitely that would come up, but the best part is, yes, if you are trained, what happens is, you know how quickly to come out of it, you know how quickly to bounce back. You will handle situations very beautifully. That's the most beautiful thing for getting trained or to work on yourself. First thing I would say is to work on yourself more, because that is what we will be doing in training. How much we are working more and more on ourselves, understanding more and more, that is how we will be seeing that, okay, what exactly I am I? How can I get love from the other person? When I know how to give love, I definitely will get the same love. So I'll just wanted to share. I'm sure that you all are ready with your journals and a mirror.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Because see, this is a practical training, so I really don't believe in theories, because how much ever we listen, if you're practically doing at least one particular technique also, definitely that will help us to just go into the roots. So this is about me, and I hope Rekha has already described who we are and what we do, and what exactly we are going to do here. Now, these are the certain questions which I really wanted to give it to you. Take time, sit down, and start, you know, analyzing these questions. Do I really criticize myself endlessly? So ask this question to yourself, and then you will understand that, okay, am I doing that? In what way am I doing? Now, why? Again, this question. Now, if I wanted to connect this, then I will be connecting this with whatever we are thinking. That is what is creating our, how do I say? Like, it's creating everything in our life, in the sense, Example, health. I'll take a beautiful example. Headache. Many a times I have noticed, and I have been working with n number of clients. I have noticed whenever they ask me a question that rather I keep getting headache, or probably I'm getting knee pain, or probably I'm getting neck pain, then I'll say, in which area of your life are you inflexible? I repeat, when a person is getting neck pain, or probably they are getting knee pain, anything like that, then I just put one question: in which area of your life you are inflexible? Where are you, being very rigid? Where are you being like, okay, I don't want to move from this place. I am correct. I know what I'm doing. So just see, where are you doing that? And many a times I've got answer like, I'm very flexible. I accept things very easily. I don't argue with people. Maybe you don't argue with people, but what exactly is happening internally? That is very important. It's not about what you're telling outside, it's all about what you are feeling inside. Are you feeling good, or are you feeling okay? How, if the other person is telling you something, then how are you responding to that? What is exactly happening? There is some reaction which is happening inside, then definitely that is the area that you need to just work on it. So now here, about headache. Now, when I take an example of a headache, what exactly happens in headache? Most of the time, 99.9% time, people come up with headache because they start criticizing themselves. They do so much of criticism to themselves that they see that, okay, I'm not able to do this. I'm not fit for this. My life is like this. Okay, my life will be like this only. I have to live with my life like this only. I don't have abundance. I am like this. I will live my whole life with this man like this only. I have to cry. I'm born to cry only. All this thing somewhere is a criticism. You're telling once or twice, but that is criticism. Oh, I'm not fit for this job. I don't think, I fit into this group. This is also criticism. Now, where exactly are you doing this? Now, these questions will lead you what exactly is happening in your body and why it is happening. Now, when you start understanding what exactly is happening inside your head, you start understanding what exactly is happening even in your body, because mind and body are part of the same system. This is according to NLP. So here, do you criticize yourself? Do you feel lack in your life? Despite you're trying your best, you're giving your best, but still you feel that, yes, there is something which is lacking in my life. So where exactly you feel that? Please make sure that you write down. Now, writing will do a lot of wonders. It starts opening up, it starts showing you where you need to put your attention. And one more thing I want to tell you, it is again according to a lot of my work which I've put it into research. And when I started training students, I noticed one very keen observation. Now, even they have, asked me this question that, ma'am, what exactly happens when you keep asking us to write? Why do you actually keep asking us to write rather than I can tell this? Why you ask us to write? Your all brain nerves are directly connected to your fingertips. That is the reason the most powerful mudra is the Jnana Mudra. Any person, any kid who is not studying or who has lack of focus, concentration, who are like probably, let's take very very stubborn sometimes, or they don't listen, then you can tell them to actually put this mudra. This is a Jnana Mudra which will really do wonders. Now you understand exactly, by holding pen you are activating your brain, and when you are connecting your brain and your body, what exactly happens is you start analyzing things in a better way. You start understanding that, okay, where do I need to put attention? It is not about who is doing wrong, it is all about what is there in me. How can I focus on myself? How can I see the shift in myself so that I can see the shift in the other person? That is what is very important here. Why we are here, what we are going to learn here is to put the complete focus on yourself. Do you give up your dreams? Now there might be many dreams, and are you giving up that dreams? So just go through this and just make sure that you write this. Do you feel guilty when you live your live for your life, when you are buying something for yourself, or when you're doing something for yourself? any part of your body or anywhere you feel that guilt, just be aware. Just be aware that are you feeling guilty? This guilt is doing so much in your body, and our body is not at all made to feel guilt. Become afraid of living your comfort zone. So are you afraid to leave your comfort zone anywhere you're feeling that no, I cannot leave this? If I'm doing this, if I'm leaving it, I don't know what will happen. If I'm going to the next job, what will happen? I don't know. Okay, probably in relationship also, you have a certain pattern of speaking. If you want to change the pattern, you keep thinking that if I change this, will it be possible that I can see the shift? First do and see, then you will be able to understand that what shift is happening. And for all these things, I'll only tell you internal work is very, very important. We will get into that in the next few minutes. So, do you procrastinate things that might benefit you? You know very well that it is going to give you benefit, still you're procrastinating it. So, just see that are you doing any procrastination in that way? Do you constantly think negative thinking, or do you get negative thoughts? Do you feel afraid to change whatever, to charge somebody? Probably if you're working, then there are many questions which has come to me, especially whenever I do abundance training. They keep asking me that, ma'am, I feel very awkward to ask money with somebody. In fact, I noticed my own brother who has a very beautiful plywood shop, and he says that I feel very, I don't know why I feel very bad when I ask money. I know that he is my customer. He has come to my shop. I need to take money from him, but I don't feel good. Now, this particular part is to do something with you from your, you have picked it up very strongly from your lineage. That could be from your parents or from your grandparents, or it could be from your surroundings. But you have picked it, this quality. And this is so strong in you. That is the reason it's not opening up the abundance channel for you. Why exactly abundance is not opening up, why there is a lot of problem in wealth, why there is fluctuation in wealth, because of this certain reasons. So whenever there is certain things that you're doing, such certain services, please be very confident to ask what you want to ask your service. For whatever the service you're giving, ask the energy exchange for that. It's a very beautiful way to do energy exchange between two people, because you're giving your time, you're giving your effort, and at the same time the other person is giving it, and they also understand and they also become liable and responsible. So this is one particular question. Please go a little deep and ask this question. Do you feel afraid to charge a decent price for your services? It's charged there. Okay, do you feel that your body is not good enough? Now, okay, this is like this. I think, my nose has to be little here. I think, my eyes are not appropriate. My lips are not the way it has to be. Anything like this, if you're feeling it, then I would say, please go inside yourself, ask yourself this question, and just make sure that you jot it down. Do you play small, because you feel that people will start judging you? Okay, if I tell, I don't know what they will think about me. If I speak up for myself, I don't know how they will react. What will be their response? If you're doing this, then please make sure that you write down. And do you feel, do you accept that you have unfulfilling relationships as part of your life? You're doing so much, but still you feel that there is so much in your relationship which is completely like a vacuum. All we need is we need to just change the world, change our internal world. Now just imagine, the only ways human being can change is by choosing change. When we start choosing change, then we start saying that yes, changes are happening in our life. First we need to focus and say that I want to change my life. Then second point is, what can I change in myself, rather than telling what can I change in my relationship, what can I change with my kid, what can I change with my mother-in-law or with my father-in-law, or probably it could be anywhere in certain patterns or in certain behaviors you are having. Just see that what is there for me. We all want good results from the effort that we put in. We all want it. But there is a difference between the want and the will. Now, the want is different than the will. We want most of the time, but we don't will. I want to wake up early in the morning. Many a times people say this, ma'am, I really wanted to wake up early in the morning. Radha, you know, I really want to wake up in the morning. The want is totally different. The will is totally different. Now, when the will comes in the play, trust me, you automatically will wake up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. You don't even have to keep reminding yourself. See, today I don't even place an alarm. Even if I place an alarm, trust me, I'm telling you, I wake up 5 minutes exactly before 4, 15 minutes exactly before 4. This is my regular schedule. How is that possible? Because I made a decision very strong and I started working on it and I started seeing that, okay, what am I doing? What's exactly happening with me? Where exactly I need to work on myself? Where am I doing procrastination? What is my priority? What exactly the things which are priority and important? There might be things which are very important and there might be things which are priority. So I started distinguishing all these things, and trust me, I started waking up 4 o'clock just by doing all these things. The day I fixed my mind, the day I started, focusing, and I started telling that, yes, I am going to do this. And what will I get? I started even coming up with what will I get when I wake up. So this is the first foremost thing which I noticed, because I myself, I there was a time that, I used to wake up early. Earlier, I used to really wake up early in the morning. I used to sleep late in the night, but wake up early in the morning. In between, I stopped completely waking up. I noticed one thing, what was happening with my thought process. I used to think, what is there? If I wake up at 4 o'clock, what will I do? Nothing. I can do it later. So this thought pattern, started giving me result in the direction which I really don't want. Now, just imagine what exactly I was looking out for and what I was getting was totally different. Then I observed second pattern, that whenever I place an alarm, what exactly am I doing? Alarm always shows you the time, and it also shows you, for an example, you are sleeping at 11 o'clock, just imagine, and you placed an alarm at 4 o'clock. Now, what happens when you're placing alarm at 11? When you're sleeping at 11 and you're placing an alarm at 4 o'clock, it shows you the time limit, that how much time do you have. Probably it could be 5 hours, or probably it could be 4 hours. So it shows you that 5 hours. 5 hours. Now, what exactly happens with mind? Mind takes that, and mind starts working on it, that, oh, I only have 5 hours to sleep. It's not enough. A very beautiful game. That is the reason most of the time we keep telling people that how psychologically it impacts. If you want to do certain things, then come up with your will. And will is something which your gut, which your heart, and your mind is completely aligned. Your gut, your heart, and your mind is completely aligned. Now we assume a very beautiful life. Now, how can we get this? Once we start seeing the changes happening in ourselves, once we start putting everything into action, then we can see the changes. Now, what is our intention? Getting from an unstuck state, from our limiting, past experiences. Now, what exactly the research says? Most of the time, people live in the past rather than living in the present moment. So now I wanted to introduce you the thought cycle. How do we actually think? Here we are going to uncover our negative belief systems which are not supporting us. We are going to rediscover that there are powerful ways of thinking. We can change our thinking by just rediscovering that thought process. What exactly I am thinking, and how can I change this? And by changing this, my life is changing in this way. This is what I want. So let's learn that. And also, we are going to learn how to love ourselves, and how loving ourselves will improve everything in our life. So, this is a thought cycle which we have. That is ourself, that is you. And what exactly is happening is there is a lot of external limitation and there is a lot of internal limitation. Now, I have a question for you people. Which one do you think it will stop us? External limitation or internal limitation?
Internal.
Internal. Reason for that?
Hi, ma'am. I think internal limitations do stop us, because once we decide that we want to do it, things, I think nature plays a part where things keep happening one after another.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're, then that external limitation will also not be a limitation for us. When you're internally decided that, no, I want to do this, and things start coming up in your mind, or maybe, it's a way that people around, or maybe things around, just start placing, it just comes in place.
Very beautiful.
I think
Lovely.
that's what I think.
Thank you so much. Kiran, I think, right?
Yeah, Kiran.
Yeah. Anybody else who says that it is internal or external?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Archana here. Yeah. I think it's internal limitations. We should control our internal limitations so that I think it will definitely affect our external limitations.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I think most of people, I'm just assuming here. Now I really don't know, because I asked you the question and I got the answers from, out of 9 people or 10 people, I got the answers like 2 people telling me that it is internal. So now just imagine, if everything is internal, then why are we searching so much external? Aren't we searching love externally? Aren't we searching happiness externally? We are searching so many things externally, which is actually there inside us. And what exactly do we need? Connecting the wire within ourselves. We lost and we forgot to connect that wire. We forgot to connect the connection between us and the internal soul which we have, which has all the power inside us, all the resource which is inside us. Now, to connect that resources, what exactly we need? How can we connect that? Now, for that only, what we need is, we need to actually work on ourselves by deleting our past, by working on ourselves, by working on our belief systems. Like, okay, I have this negative belief system, then how can I change this negative belief system? There are certain things which you think that I don't deserve this, then how can you change on that? Then there are certain things that you feel that, okay, this is the thought process that is holding me, then how can I work on that thought process? So slowly, when you start working one by one on each and every layer, then it's just like an onion which you keep, peeling the layer by layer. You'll see that how beautifully, very beautifully, you will just open yourself. Now that's what is very important, and that is the reason we need to work on ourselves, and we need to keep the connection with the people who are always positive and who are always working on themselves. Most of the time this question is asked, why do you think that we need to stay in a group which is very positive? Don't you think that is also not that good every time they're positive? Now just imagine, the external world is so much negative. As soon as I've seen my brother-in-law, especially my brother-in-law, I've noticed that whenever I just go out in the hall and he switch on the TV, the first thing he opens is TV9 channel or Ashtak channel. I have noticed him always watching this news channel, and 99.9% times there is negative news. Where is positive news there? Completely. One person met with an accident, the other girl, was raped with 4 men. Just imagine what kind of news, what is exactly happening with the internal system. Now, everything what you're listening externally, it's going to impact you internally. Now, this is something very, very important. What you're watching is very important. What your kids are also watching is very important. That is the reason most of the time we keep telling parents that please make sure that you don't allow your kids to watch any channels which are harmful, or which are like, using guns, or probably there is so much violence in that. Because every act that they are watching, they are listening, and they are feeling, is all connected. It's like they are visual, they are auditory, and they are kinesthetic. So once this all things are connecting, what happens is the person starts processing and the program starts happening in the subconscious level. People think I saw that and I forgot. We don't see and forget, excuse me. Definitely, the subconscious mind has a data. As I told you, researchers, psychologists say very clearly that most of the time people live in past rather than living in present. Now just imagine, if we are living in past, then what kind of things we have observed, what kind of things we have gone in our life in our childhood. Healing all that areas are very important. Without healing all that areas, today we come up and we wanted to give a very beautiful life to our kids, very beautiful life to ourselves, very beautiful life to our husband, very beautiful life to our family and our surroundings. How is that possible? When you are not healing yourself internally, can you externally heal anything? Over to you. The question is, without healing internally, can we do anything externally? You can unmute yourself. Without healing yourself internally, can you heal something externally? Do you really think that it is possible to do something outside us?
Hi, ma'am. This is Kiran. No, I don't think so because it keeps coming back again and again.
Uh-huh.
When that it's not healed,
And
it
what? Okay.
sometimes like you said, like headaches or maybe some skin allergies, or it shows somewhere in your body. I think
Yes.
that's my personal experience also. So I think it keeps coming back unless and until it's not healed. I think it won't heal your external things also.
Yeah.
But my question is, how do we heal the internal this, what you're talking about? How do we heal ourselves internally?
For that, you need to be in my next session.
Yeah, because I have read about it and I have even attended seminars, but the question is that how do we heal internally? I mean, maybe we need some help, or I don't
Yeah,
know. There might
definitely.
be some methods or
Yeah.
some ways to heal ourselves internally.
There are many methods that we can heal internally, and that is what is the most beautiful part of Heal Your Life. And now I wanted to introduce our trainer, who is Louise Hay, who is my mentor also. And uh, she is one of the most beautiful lady that I have ever, have spoken, I would say. And the kind of affection, the kind of love that she shows to the world also is amazing. Uh, she started working with, you know, very beautiful process of how can I externally, uh, it's not about externally changing, it's all about internal change. So she started working everything internal. The time when, I very short, I'll tell you because I have a time constraint. So when she was attacked with a vaginal cancer, that is a time she realized that this is something which I need to do something internally, it's not external. And doctor said you don't have much time. So then she took time and then she said, I don't want to go through chemotherapy, let me do some other process, let me do natural healing process with me. And that is the time she started working on herself. And imagine, she had gone through a very bad childhood. At the age of 5, she was literally, she had sexual abuse with 5 different people when she was just 5 years kid. And then after that she had maternal father, wherein there also she could not be happy, and then also she faced lot of sexual abuse, lot of abuses, so many things, and she was thrown out of the house when she was just 12 years. And that is the time then she started working. I'm sorry, I'll correct it, it was 17 years when she was on the street. And that is the time she started working, and she became one of the top model in US. Very, very beautiful changes, beautiful transformation. And in spite of reaching to a very good stage wherein she had everything in her life. Trust me, she got married to a very nice man, and after 17 years of her married life, one fine day, she heard her husband telling that I want to divorce you. And that is the time she came to know that she had vaginal cancer. She was going through depression, and then she came to know this, and she started working on herself, and she came out of it very beautifully by working everything internally, by changing everything. That is what I was telling you. How can we heal our inner child? What exactly happened in your childhood is very important. What traumas you have gone through, what emotional attachments you had, and you had to break it, or probably there was force which happened. Anything, whatever happened in your childhood, or that you have heard certain people telling you certain things which was like too much of abuse on you. There were so many things that happened in your life that, okay, it could be your own parents, wherein they came up and they thought that, okay, if I beat my kid, then his life or her life will change. And as a kid, you will not understand this. Yes, today, as a grown up, you'll understand, but as a kid, you will not understand this. As a kid, what you have felt, what all you have gone through, that has been accumulated in the body. And that is what we are going to do in Heal Your Life, by releasing all that emotions, by working on all the blocks, by working on the inner child, by doing everything in a way from from the age of 5 years, what we have gone through, everything we will be working, because that age is so crucial age that we accumulate everything. Our mind starts taking things and it starts forming, and it puts it in our subconscious mind. It's a very crucial age. 5 years age is a very crucial age. Anything you're thinking, anything what is happening internally, even with your kids today, the way that you're speaking, the way that you're behaving, the way that you're interacting, even the words, the sentences, how you're using, it could be a weapon to them, or it could be a blessing to them. What you are doing with them is what has happened with you. Now, this is again internal. So, as I told you, our thought process is external limitations, and it's based on our internal limitations. Now, the person who is working more on external limitations, for example, he is stopping me. I could not do this because my father was, not allowing me. No, this is, not possible because I have a problem there. Everything the person is seeing external, but what exactly if the person peeps inside and see there is some fear, or there is some phobia, or there is some struck state the person has. So working on that struck state is very important. Now let's quickly understand that research says that only 8% of people actually live the life they really wanted for themselves. Rest all 92% people are not living the way that they wanted. That means 92% people are unhappy. 92% people are going through so much of pain in life, so much of depression in life. They feel that, okay, I'll do this, then I'll get happiness. I'll do that, then I'll get happiness. Okay, I'll do this for them, then I'll get happiness. Please remember, you're doing it for somebody will not give you happiness. You're doing for yourself first will give you happiness. Then later do it for them. I'm not telling you you're not supposed to do it for them. I'm telling you, when you start doing for yourself, when you start working on yourself, when you start seeing that, okay, this is what actually I'm doing, let me do this. Because I have noticed, especially, if I take it properly, then I would say, especially in Indian culture, there is a lot which is taught with parent sacrifice. You don't it, still you need to sacrifice. I would say, if you want to give it to somebody, please give it half and you can keep it half. There is something that we need to work on ourselves in this way. Most of the time, the people come up with things like, okay, I want to eat, but it's okay, I can give it. No, it will be, it is not good. How they will think of me, what they'll think. How do you know what they'll think? Okay, by giving, do they think good? How do you know they'll think good? Either way, you don't know, but it is your perception. So working on the perception is very important. Now just understand why I told you 92% people are not happy, because of this reason. It's a saying, laddu, if you're शादी का लड्डू खाने पर भी पछताते हैं, नहीं खाने पर भी पछताते हैं. Why what happens there? The basic reason is we are not able to understand ourselves. There is no problem with the other person. I'm telling you once again, there is no problem with the other person. It's all about us. Whatever is with them, keep it with them. When you start changing your perception, when you start seeing that, okay, if I can change my language, what will happen? This is the words which I'm using, and this is what is affecting my relationship. Okay, let me change here this. Okay, internal dialogues are this. Okay, let me work on this. Now, Kiran, you have asked me this question. Now, these are the certain things which you need to work on. These are certain things like, okay, what is my internal dialogue? Somebody says that you are an idiot. You can't even do this. Then immediately the person wants to give a reaction rather than giving response. Our slogan of life transformation is realize to respond. Just imagine you need to realize to respond, not to react. But most of the time we listen. I will use the word hear. We don't listen. We hear to just react. Yes, you said it in that way only to me. Okay, you think, yes, I'm doing that only. Now, this is what is reaction. Is that your outcome? Just once go inside yourself and ask yourself, do you want it to deviate your relationship, or do you want it to take your relationship on another level like this? Or do you want it to ask question that, do you mean this? Is that what you're telling? Is this what you're meaning? Trust me, that will do wonders even with kids, or even in your relationship, or even with yourself. There might be many things, self-talk, which is happening. So just ask yourself this question. Is that what you mean? Ask this question to yourself. The complete sentence you can ask, okay, I'm thinking like this. So then they go and ask, okay, do you think you're thinking like this? Is that what it mean? Once you're doing that, you're holding yourself, you're catching yourself with that thought process. And trust me, once you're catching with that thought process, you are releasing that thought process. So what you are holding, what is holding you back, as you people have said very clearly, yes, internal limitation is holding us. Now, I wanted to show you a very short video here, that what exactly are we doing in our life by not loving ourselves, by not forgiving ourselves, by holding so many things, by holding our past, by not releasing our past, by holding that person in our past. You know, we are not holding that person in past. Trust me, we are holding that person in our present. So here I wanted to show you a video, and let's quickly understand that how exactly what will happen when we don't forgive. Video is visible?
Not yet, Radha. Yeah, it's coming.
Did you know that unforgiveness can actually make you sick? It's classified as a disease in medical books. Now, forgiveness therapy is being used to help treat diseases like cancer. Dr. Stephen Standiford, a cancer surgeon, says unforgiveness makes people sick and keeps them sick.
It's important to treat emotional wounds or disorders because they really can hinder someone's reactions to the treatments, even someone's willingness to pursue treatment.
Of all cancer patients, 61% have forgiveness issues, and of those, more than half are severe. That's according to research by Dr. Michael Berry, a pastor and the author of the book, The Forgiveness Project.
These negative emotions, this anger and hatred, creates a state of chronic anxiety. Chronic anxiety very predictably produces adrenaline and cortisol, which deplete the production of natural killer cells, which is your body's foot soldier in the fight against cancer. When a person forgives from the heart, which of course is the gold standard that we use in Matthew 18, forgiveness from the heart, we find that they're able to find a sense of peacefulness. Quite often our patients refer to that as a feeling of lightness. Lori, we don't realize what a burden anger and hatred is until we let it go.
And the first step in forgiveness therapy is recognizing forgiveness is not the same thing as condoning what a person did, which is the major hurdle for most patients.
I hope everybody have understood this. Now, what exactly are we doing? Now, this one question, did you forgive yourself? Why did I give you all that questions? Because once you start writing, you will see that how much is there in your heart, how much you have kept it for yourself, how much you are strong on yourself, how much actually you are, stopping your own success, how much you are stopping your own, abundance in your life, how much you're not opening up, why most of the, health issues are popping out only because of certain things like this, like unforgiveness, not loving yourself, not accepting whatever is coming in life. Are you able to accept and see that in a very positive note? Are you working on it? All these things really matter a lot. And now, Louise says very clearly how she worked on herself was one beautiful thing was mirror technique, which is one of the most profound technique that when you look at mirror, what do you see? What do you see when you look at the mirror? You're standing in front of the mirror and you're looking at the mirror. What do you see? What do you see? I'm asking you.
We see ourselves, ma'am.
Okay. What do you see yourself as? How do you see when you look at yourself? Now let's assume Archana is standing in front of the mirror. Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm looking.
Huh. You're looking at. And what is happening internally now? Please look at yourself and tell me exactly what's happening internally. She might have put on mute. Archana, what is exactly happening with yourself now when you're looking at the mirror?
Yeah. I can see myself what actually I am in mirror.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And what you are. That is what is
My
important.
external, yeah, my external, like you can say, because I cannot see my inner part, inner thinking or what I'm thinking,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Right.
what I can look my in mirror what externally I have.
Right. That means you might be looking at external beauty or
Yeah,
external
yeah, yeah,
criticism.
exactly. That's what I want to
Right.
say.
Right. So probably it would be like, oh, my nose has to be little squeezed inside.
Yeah,
My lip has to be little down or up, probably, whatever it is coming in. My hair, I think it has to be little, grown up. See, there are so many things which are coming up when you're looking into the mirror. Now, there is a very new way which Louis says that we can change this thought and we can change the internal dialogue. And when we are changing the internal dialogue, trust me, you can change everything externally. So let's do that quickly. I want your mirrors in front of you. And please, when you're holding a mirror, please always hold a mirror like this. Please do not put a mirror down like this and see. Always hold a mirror like this. So I want you, everybody, to keep your mirrors up and look into your eyes. It would be lovely if you all can, show your videos so that I also can see your, beautiful faces. Okay, if somebody is wearing a glass, please remove the spectacles and then just look into the mirror, only into your eyes, without looking here and there, just your eyes. And looking into your eyes, you will say, I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. Keep telling until I tell you to stop. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. Just look into your eyes, only your eyes, and keep telling, I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. Take a nice deep breath and exhale and close your eyes by putting down your mirror. Close your eyes. Just be with yourself completely. Accept yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever you have done, whatever has happened in your life. Forgive yourself completely with your heart, with your mind, with your DNA. Just say yourself, I allow myself to completely forgive. I'm ready to release the negative patterns which I'm holding within me. I'm ready to release all the negative things which I have heard from my childhood about me. I'm ready to release and forgive my family, my parents, and my relatives, my neighbors, for whatever they have done, for whatever they have spoken about me. I'm ready to release and forgive all the things which I have heard from my friends, which are in a negative way, which have hurt me. I'm ready to release and forgive all the unfulfilled relationships from my childhood till now. I'm ready and accepting this life exactly as it is. I am made in God's perfection. Every second, every millisecond, there is a divine force which is acting around me, and it is guiding me in the right direction. I'm allowing myself to connect to that highest consciousness. I'm ready to release all the negative patterns from my mind, body, and soul. I love myself completely. I know that I can heal myself by loving myself. I decide to love myself every day, every millisecond from today. I'm ready for the changes in my life. And I know that I am safe. I am divinely protected. And I'm guided. Just say yourself, I am safe. I am ready to open the new channels of my life. I am ready to release. I am ready to relax myself. I am ready to see the new changes which are happening in my life from today. I see everything, what's happening around me in a positive way. I understand myself. I work on myself completely. I give time to myself to heal. I give time to myself to nurture. I'm a beautiful soul. I'm a unique soul. I accept this divine plan. I am loved and I love everyone. I am blessed. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. And just be with your inner space. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. Get the awareness of your body. And slowly open your eyes. Can you tell me how do you feel about yourself right now? Yeah. Go ahead, Chandrakanji.
Feel very relaxed, peace of mind.
Yeah,
Means yes, all the thoughts were gone out. Nothing. Peaceful.
Lovely. Even your words are telling that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, somebody else was talking.
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very relaxed, very satisfied. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Archana.
Somewhere, somehow, going to the different world. I'm thinking like that only.
Oh, wow. That's so nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else has anything to share? This is a time for you to share. Calm and peaceful. Yeah, calm and peaceful. What about your internal dialogues? How is your state right now?
You're feeling very beautiful. I think we, in our daily lives, we miss telling all these affirmations to ourselves. And I think in the rush, we start feeling so negative because of the thoughts, because what you're saying, what we see on TV, what we discuss with our colleagues or people around, we don't take out time for ourselves in saying these affirmations to ourselves even 5 minutes a day, I think.
Yes.
So right now what you did was beautiful. I mean, it feels really nice, and it has to be part of our daily routine. Just taking out 5 minutes and doing this exercise, I think it will create magic in our life.
Yeah, yeah. You
I
will
would like
feel.
to add just one thing.
Yes, please.
Basically, what you were talking, and the same thing you were, about the loving part. What you were telling, and what you were just closing our eyes and just repeating in our mind. So same thing was going on. So the other negative thoughts or any other thought was, not indulging only in the mind. So the mind was relaxed, cool, and no tension, nothing about it. But the reverse happens when we early morning start our office. अरे आज ये करना है वो करना है and automatically the things negative अगर अच्छा रहेगा तो चलो positive आता है otherwise negative वो सब चलते रहता है that things goes on and this is how our whole day is goes on.
Yeah. So now I wanted to tell you one thing. Thank you so much, by the way, Kiran, Chandrakanji, and Archana. Thank you so much, and rest all also. I'm sure that you have something to share. Yeah, Rekha has mentioned that calm, peaceful. Vijay has mentioned that no judgment, just completely relaxed. There is no judgment at all. Now, just imagine when you're continuously doing this, you automatically drop the judgment. That's a first foremost thing. Once you drop the judgment, what happens is you start seeing exactly what is there within you. See, in NLP, we keep telling that what you have within you is that what you see in the other person. What you have within you, you see that in the other person. Without you having that, you will not be able to see that in the other person. For an example, I'll give a small example. Somebody is telling, X person is telling Y that you're very selfish. You always are like this. I have always noticed you always think about yourself. How can he see that? Now Z person is coming, the Z person is telling the Y person that you are so lovable, I just adore you. How do you think the Z person could see in Y person that he is so lovable and adorable? How could X person see that selfishness, and how could the same person, the Y is the same person, but how this both X and Z are seeing different? How is that? It's the way that the person exactly is, the person is. So most of the time when you wanted to tell, even in relationship, now this is the end of the workshop, I always wanted to tell people the takeaway of the workshop. What do you want in your relationship? Start doing that for yourself first. If you want to love, if you want to get love from your husband, start giving that love to yourself first. Start telling yourself, I love you. How many times in a day you look at the mirror and you say, I love you? If you ask me, wherever I go, I definitely have a mirror. Even in my clinic also, mirrors are being placed. So just imagine, as soon as I go, I look at the mirror and I say, Radha, I love you. This one thing changed my life completely. Even I'll tell you, I didn't had a voice like this. This voice also started changing when I started working on myself. And today, most of the time when I'm doing recordings for my meditation, in fact, I got, the best appreciation even from Rekha directly. She said, your voice is mesmerizing. When you are doing inner child healing and all, I really love the way that you are doing it. Just imagine how that happened. I also didn't knew. In fact, when it happened, I was thinking that, oh my God, what is happening with my voice? My voice is changing. And I was working on it, that my voice is changing. My voice is changing. I don't want my voice to change. But today I understand that, okay, why my voice has changed, why these things are happening. This is going with flow, understanding the flow, accepting the life, accepting the flow of life. Are we accepting things? We're trying to change so many things in our direction. I want like this. I don't like this. I don't eat this. I really don't like to talk this kind of people. I don't know this kind, that kind. I don't know. For me, all kinds are only one kind is human being. I only understand this. I really don't have categories anywhere. So for me, everybody is in the same way. And even my mother-in-law keep telling me that you can't see that that person is trying to cheat you. I said that what I have inside me, I only can see that. If he's trying to cheat also, he can't. Because what is inside me definitely will make sure that he will not cheat. This is, I have observed personally in my life. Many a times I have observed this. I'm telling you everything based on practically being done, researched, and been working on it. And yeah, there might be people who have done it. Again, I'll tell it's for my highest good. Everything for my highest good. Whatever happened, that has taken a very beautiful shape. It has changed my life. I started working on it. I started understanding that, oh, this is the reason it has happened. Okay, this is what it made me to understand. And my life changed completely every time when I started doing these affirmations. Rightly, when Kiran has mentioned that if we can focus every day in the morning, just wake up in the morning, look into the mirror, and just keep saying, I love you the way you are. I love and accept you the way you are. Just this one affirmation. Just this one affirmation for 41 days. Only this one affirmation. I'm not giving you 10 affirmations. I'm just giving you one affirmation. Because one thing I learned in my life, 3 P's, which are very, very important. Practice, practice, practice. I don't want to say persistent. I don't want to say you need to do this, you need to do this. Nothing. Just practice, practice, practice. And only practice one thing. Just one affirmation will open up many areas of your life. You will see that there is healing happening in your relationship. There is a lot of change. The way that you're handling your kid is changing. Today, if you are raising your voice and you're talking to your kid, that is changing. If you are not able to handle your kid, then you start handling your kid very beautifully. And I'll tell you, with this affirmation, I got a very beautiful thing with my kid. My son is just, 4 years now. He is for 4.5 years. Just imagine the time when he gets agitated, angry, and he behaves like very, very rigid, and he's not ready to listen. That is a time I just take my kid very close to me, hug my kid, and start saying only one thing: I love you. I love you. I just say only one thing. I love you. I love you. I love you. He'll keep telling me, he'll keep doing all that things. He'll nag, he'll beat, he will just stretch his body, everything. I just keep telling I love you. And today I'm telling you, trust me, so many things have changed. Because of this lockdown, he was not studying, he was not sitting, he was just playing continuously. My mother-in-law used to come and she used to say that everybody's studying. Your kid is not studying. I don't know when you will make him to study. Everybody is studying. Your kid is not studying. You know, all the kids have learned so many things. He's not learned anything. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. I used to only laugh and say that he's just 4 years now. He will learn everything. See, this is something very, very important. How are you actually telling is very important. If you're believing what they're telling you, you start taking their belief system. Now I started giving this answer and I started understanding that, okay, how I need to work on it. And once I started doing this, slowly he started changing. Today, when I call him and I say that this is time for us to study, he'll come and sit and study for one and a half hour very nicely. Complete 1.5 hour, he'll sit and study. Now, this is only possible when we start loving them completely, by loving ourselves completely. First thing is you need to love yourself. So this self-love, how to do, what to do, yes, in the next sessions probably you can see how we can completely, start working on ourselves, how we can delete our negative belief system, how we can heal our inner child, how we can actually work on certain areas of our life which we are stuck, probably in abundance, or it could be in a job, or it could be about relationship, or it could be about parenting. All these things you can understand it. Only one thing I want to tell you, first, for 41 days, you will be in touch with me for sure. 41 days, I want you people to just keep practicing this affirmation and keep giving us updates. We will be with you. So we will form a group. Rekha is here. So we'll form a group, Rekha. I want you to coordinate and just make sure that, every day this affirmation is going into the group, so that, every single person is sending in the group the same affirmation based on timely. For an example, like Vijay has sent this affirmation in the morning 8 o'clock. Now somebody, Krishna is sending at, let's assume at 1 o'clock. Now what is happening? Somebody has forgot, or somebody is telling, I'll do it later on. Or somebody has, very beautiful thing, laziness. I'll do it later, after some time. ये काम खत्म होने के बाद, वो होने के बाद. They know this is priority, but still they wanted to delay it. What happens when continuously affirmation is coming in the group like this? You will see, and your mind keep repeating that. At least when you're seeing it, you're repeating it. And when you're repeating it, you're believing it. When you're believing it, you're changing your action. Right?
I agree.
So this is what we are going to do. So I'm sure you have learned many things today, and I'm very sure that you will be practicing whatever has been, understood and learned today in the session.
Thank you very much, Radha. I think those were really insightful, and I fully endorse what Dr. Radha is saying, that affirmations plays a very important role, be it chanting or be it writing, because I've been personally doing this with Dr. Radha. We closely work together for a lot of healing activities, and that's how I thought this is a must for everybody, be whether you are a parent, whether you are a professional, or whether you are just a person. It is very much important that you pick up this just one, start loving yourself, and lot of things will fall in place. How, what, when, that do not worry about. Things will fall in place, that is for sure, because we have ourselves seen many changes happening. And I have also examples, like when, especially say if I talk to this parent community, when they start doing all these activities, the children will just start following it. Probably little elder grown up kids will say, oh, what are you doing? Is this something funny? They'll say for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Then, but what is happening is it is indirectly going into their subconscious mind. They will start mirroring over a period of time, if not immediately, over a period of time. And small children, it's very easy. Whatever you do, they are going to just blindly follow what you are doing. So one request is just start practicing what has been told, and it's very easy. Yes, for some it may sound little funny when you start mirror, like as we say in that, it's only mad people who will talk to in mirror with themselves. They let the people say it's okay, but we know what we are going to derive out of it.
All mad people are gyanis, by the way.
Yes. So that's what we would like to allow you, and we would want you to do that. So with that, I would like open the forum for questions for the limited time that we have got now. So please unmute yourself, and if you have any question or doubt, please ask. So I want to ask one thing, Dr. Radha, is why is it difficult? I mean, why people find it very difficult to do this self-loving activities, which I see people hear, people also know the benefit, but still there is a lot of resistance. The acceptance doesn't come easily.
Okay, the basic first reason is there is a lot of negative condition which has happened from childhood. If you take example of parents and all, they have been telling you most of the time that you're not supposed to love yourself, you need to love other person. So now the whole process is changing, the whole world is changing. Even today, not only psychologists, even even normal parents also started understanding this concept, and they started telling that no, it is not about them, it is about us. I need to love myself, I need to accept myself, I need to first work on myself. So this process, what exactly, why it is stubborn, or why people have a lot of rigidities, first is that negative conditioning. Second thing is, for there is something which is unknown. What will happen? Okay, what will happen if I do I love you to myself? Can I change? Start telling I love you and see what will happen. When you tell I love you to somebody on a street, imagine that lady also will have a heartbeat. She might be a stranger completely. When that lady is having a heartbeat, if you can make a heartbeat to somebody else, don't you think your heart beats when you keep telling I love you to yourself? And it beats in such a way that it starts understanding the language that you understand. Okay, this is what I understand, this is what I can say. Now everybody has their own language. Love has different languages. Like I have a different language, Rekha has a different language, Vijay has a different language, Kiran has a different language, Varsha has a different language. Now everybody has a different language, just imagine. Now the way, if I have to connect to you people, how can I connect? When I start connecting with myself, and that is only one language, is completely loving myself. When I love myself completely, I start deleting the judgment, I start deleting certain things, like okay, the belief systems, the perceptions that I'm holding, the judgment that I'm holding, or there is so much that I'm holding that okay, my decision is correct, my ego, this all things just get into trash. And then I start falling into something called as very beautiful as my own soul. And ego will stop you to do things. For love, the first thing is ego. So keep your ego a little aside and say that let me do it. If it is telling you nothing will happen, okay, you can't, get anything by just telling I love you in the mirror. Still say, let me do it. Let me see what will happen. It's not going to harm and it's not going to cost. So what's there? Give answer to your ego also. That is very important. Most of the time when certain things are coming up like this, we think, yeah, what will happen? So on a belief system, you're again building a very strong belief system. And that's going very strong in you. That is the reason change is not that easy.
Right. Yes. Somewhere I also read, which I want to just add what you said, that whatever we speak is first listened by our own ears before even listened by somebody else. So, what is it that we are telling ourselves all the time? So, I'm sure when we start telling this, I love you, it's going to change a lot. It's going to work at the cellular level. It's going to go deep down, and probably we can't see the changes with the physical eyes, but yes, there's a deep down lot of things are going to work miraculously, I would say, and results will come over a period of time.
And trust me, I'll tell you, you will be releasing very beautiful chemical. One chemical which you will be releasing is dopamine. Because there is so much that, when you're looking at your own eyes, sometimes when you're telling I love you, I love you the way you are, you might get laughter. Sometimes there might be so much of pain in yourself, you might get tears. I had a client, uh, after a week, this client has come to me. Initially, when she did first day, she said nothing is happening. I said keep doing it. 1 week later, she calls me and she says, Radha, I don't know what, but I can see my soul now. I see completely what is there inside me. Today, what I talk and what I was talking was totally different. Today, my whole world is different. Everybody has changed around me, Radha, she said. Just imagine what exactly happened here. Is the world changed or is she changed? And how this magic happened is just by connecting. And this dopamine which is releasing, this serotonin which is releasing in your mind will do a lot of magic with you. And as you're doing this exercise continuously, you're moving your jaws, you're doing, when you are continuously telling, you using your body also. Because see, when I tell, I don't simply say, I love you the way you are, I love it. I can't say like this. I'm a person, I express it very beautifully. So I say, I love you the way you are. I love and accept myself. So I use my whole body. Even you are releasing a lot of endorphins there. Because once you're moving your hands, there is a lot of exercise which is happening with your mind and body. So endorphins is released. Once this is released, you'll see that you are very active. You will not procrastinate things. Even you can see a difference in your procrastination. Even you can see the difference in your decision making. Even you can see the difference in relationship. Even you can see the difference in the way that you're communicating with yourself, communicating with your husband, with your kids. So many advantages just by loving yourself, just by allowing yourself to forgive. And that we will be doing it in a deeper level of forgiving, because sometimes there are so many deep hurts which just by telling that I forgive myself will not happen. So we need to go a little deeper, and that we will be doing it in next sessions.
I have one question, Dr. Radha. Vansha says, I don't get proper sleep. I get sleep late and sleep breaks at 3:30 a.m. It's very disturbing. What could be done for the sound sleep?
Okay, the basic one particular reason for sleep is, first you need to understand that you have lack of love. So something which is troubling me, lack of love is troubling me. There is, okay, he's not taking care, or she's not taking care, or this is not taken, or my family is not understanding me. There is something which is exactly happening around. That is the reason this person is not able to sleep. Now, what you can do is, as I told you, mirror technique. First is mirror technique. Second thing is, sit down and do the meditation. So you wanted us to send you the meditation. I can send you the guided meditation. Practice that every day. Trust me, you will see wonders happening with that. Yes, Archana is telling very true. Yes, it is very true. There is so much with a lack of love that person cannot sleep, person cannot eat, person cannot even sit and think properly or do the work properly or cannot submit the project on time because of lack of love. We keep thinking my husband is not loving me, my wife is not loving me. I keep telling nobody has to love you. Don't look at validation. You validate yourself. You give that love to yourself. Trust me, whole world starts giving you that. The day when you start loving yourself, whole world will come to you because you become the purest form of the love. And who don't want love in life? Tell me. Anybody here does not want love? Who says that? No, 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 I don't want love. बिना love के काम चलेगा.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. Not even kids. Kids especially, trust me, they cannot stay for a single second if they don't find love. That is the reason. One more thing. This is one more tip which I want to tell you. Most of the parents have this problem. घर पे कोई आता है तो immediately parents keep telling नमस्ते बोलो बेटा, नमस्ते बोलो, अंकल को नमस्ते बोलो. नहीं बोल रहा है बच्चा तो बार बार बोलते हैं ए नमस्ते बोलो, टेल नमस्ते, say hello to uncle, say, I told you say hello to uncle. Come on, you are being so harsh and you are telling hello to somebody. Namaste, what does namaste mean by? You are, you are numbing to the other person. What is the God which is residing in you? I just bow to the God inside you. And you are going harsh and you are telling the other person. You have to be so vulnerable by telling that. That is not possible. Why kids don't do that? Sometimes because of the negative energy. They realize that there is a lot of negative energy and they don't want to talk. Allow them to do that. It's okay. It's it's okay if they don't see that.
Right.
Yeah, love is universal recipe, which is valid everywhere, even works on non-living things. Very, very true. I keep doing this with my vehicle, and I'll share one instant. It happened that I started my vehicle and I started going, and suddenly I noticed that suddenly it was about to switch off. Then I have a habit. Anytime my vehicle is just falling into any pit, or probably it is just going into a rough phase or anywhere, I keep touching my vehicle and I say, I love you, I'm sorry. I immediately do that, and I do it with my heart completely, because I know it has felt bad, it got hurt. I treat it as a living being. When I started doing it, I noticed that my vehicle was about to switch off. I don't know how. It's again started, and again I just started driving. And after some time, I just stopped my vehicle and I opened my dicky and I saw the petrol tank. Petrol was completely nil. I started my vehicle, it started, and I landed to petrol bunk. Exactly, I landed to petrol bunk. Trust me, it was, this is the petrol bunk, and this is the petrol bunk, and here my vehicle was stopped. Exactly in the petrol bunk. I just went inside, I just filled my way, put the petrol in the vehicle, and I just came out and I said, thank you so much. I really love you. Every time, whenever I did that, whomever hand it went, that vehicle gave so many things. Today also I get called. Today also people tell me that your vehicle is so good. I gave it to my cousin. From that cousin, it went to another cousin. And they keep telling me, I went to my office and I had very good time today. I got selected in my office today. How do you think that is happening? Because that vehicle is holding that memories.
Energy, positive energy.
Positive energy, right? So please remember the last word which Louis says. Every word that you utter is an affirmation. What you're uttering is very important. Start working on your words. Your life will change.
Wonderful. And I want to end this with the acronym which I tell to all the parents, that watch your watch. That is your words, your actions, your thoughts, your heart, and your character. So this entire thing culminate together is what the children are watching you as a parent, you as a person, and you as a whoever you are in different companies. So just be watchful about your watch. So
Can we all have can you all come on a video, please, so that, we can have a, heart shape. And then
yeah,
when we pick, please.
I'll just take that.
Because I upload it
Everyone,
every time on the Helio Life.
everyone, can you please come on for a while on a video?
Oh, like this also is beautiful.
Can we have heart like this?
Your side so that we can see your face also. You're beautiful in any way, in any form.
Chandrakant. Okay.
Yeah, they are there.
Not able to see the 9 people. 1 minute. Can we have like this?
We are waiting for you. Archana ji. Chandrakant ji. Archana ji, thoda upar uthaiye hath.
Varsha, can you just turn little bit so that your face come brighter, because I think there's a shadow coming. Right. Come, turn around little more.
Right.
Very good.
Can we take?
Vijay, where are you looking? Can we have your heart, please?
I've already given.
Krishna ji, are you taking a photograph?
Yeah. I'm almost there.
Okay. Chandrakant, can you come on the video, please?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3. Final.
Oh, is it still pending?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you all. Radha
Thank you
signing off.
very much.
Love you all and see you in the next session, please.
Love you all. Thank you very much for joining this session. Thank you, Dr. Radha, for all those insights. And I want each participant to just type one word, one key takeaway from this session. One word is enough for us that you have found useful and something that you are going to cherish from this session. Okay. I see hope from Smita. Yeah. Mindful. Okay. Very good. Peace. Okay. Arsha, Kiran. Thank you, Radha ji and Rekha ji. Okay. She's feeling very positive. We are happy. All the blessings to you.